Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to be leading your stretches today. We're just going to wait a few more minutes until we hit 10 o'clock before we get started. Hope to see people joining in. Stretching is an important part of our day. See, we got one person on. Oh, two. Hi, guys. Three of you. Hi, Lindsay. We're just waiting a few more minutes. Want to get started on time, but also want to give people a chance to get on. Welcome to stretches this morning. All right, we're gonna wait just a few minutes longer. Well, please let me know if you can hear me. I want to make sure that you can. Not sure how loud I need to talk. Morning, morning. Hi, Dave. Again, Dave, can you hear me all right? Is it good? Awesome, thank you. All right, so we're gonna get started. It is 10 a.m. So we're gonna get started with stretches. I'm sort of gonna go top down, just give us a nice full body stretch today. So our first stretch is gonna be for our upper traps. We're just gonna drop the ear to the shoulder, bring the arm up, and a gentle pressure to the top of the head. You can also think about taking the other arm and stretching it down. We'll hold for 5 big deep breaths, try and get for that 30 seconds of stretch. And we're gonna slowly bring our arm down and then our head back to center. Take a breath, and then we're gonna go to the other side, ear to shoulder, head just giving slight pressure. We wanna make sure we keep our shoulders neutral. We don't wanna be hiking them up. Just a nice gentle stretch, taking 5 big deep breaths. Okay, again, arm comes down, head comes back to neutral. All right, and we're gonna take a big deep breath, raise our arms up to the sky, hold, and then hinge our hips back and fold forward. And then arms out to the side, back up. Big stretch to the ceiling and back down. Hip hinge, keeping that back nice and flat. We're gonna come up and we're gonna do the neck stretch again. This time we're gonna come at a 45-degree angle forward. I sort of think of this as like a Michael Jackson pose. You know, you got your hat on, holding your head. Again, just gentle stretch, little extra pressure with the hand, helping stretch out some of those upper trap fibers. Okay, and we're gonna bring our head back to neutral. And then we're gonna go to the other side, drop it down. Hand just adds a little extra pressure. Those 5 big deep breaths, really connecting with the stretch. And we're gonna come back to neutral. And again, we're gonna go arms up, nice and high, stretching towards the ceiling, and then coming down. The nice hip hinge, arms hanging towards the ground, and back up, and back down. And back up. All right, next we're gonna move on to our shoulders. We're gonna take our hands, clasp them behind our back, and reach down, opening up the front of our shoulders. Really feeling a stretch through the front. Try and make sure you're not arching your back to get this stretch. The arms should be pulling down. The core should stay tight and supporting you. We're gonna come out. We're gonna bring our first arm up, and then we're gonna grab our elbows, stretching out those triceps. Again, those 5 big deep breaths, sort of letting us get those 30 seconds. We're gonna make sure the muscle has a full time to stretch. We want to see a change in that length. And we're gonna come down and then do the other shoulder. Again, holding 5 big deep breaths. Letting yourself feel the stretch, remembering we don't want it to be painful, but we do want to feel it. We're going to come down, and we're going to do 5 arm circles or shoulder circles. We're going to bring our shoulders up, squeeze back, and bring them down. Up, squeeze back, and bring them down. Up, squeeze back, and bring them down. Up, back, and down. Really working those muscles in the back of the shoulder. They get loose as we're hunched forward. So if we can work on bringing them back, we really work on getting our posture better as a whole, not just stretching the front, but strengthening the back. And we're going to go through that series one more time. So we're going to start with our hands clasped together, reaching back. Really opening through that chest, feeling the stretch in the front. If there's any discomfort or pain, take a step back, relax the arms a bit more. Really pulling down. Okay, and release. Again, bring that first arm up, grab the elbow, opening up the back of the arm. And then we're going to switch. We're going to bring the arms down. All right, and we're going to start doing those circles again. We're going to squeeze in the back and come forward. Squeeze together in the back and come forward. Start squeeze and then roll forward. So squeeze and then roll forward. And just one more. Good job, guys. The next thing we're going to move on to is our torso. So we're going to start with a rotational stretch. You're going to bring your left hand across to your right hip. And then you're going to twist your shoulders and your chest to meet that. We're not using our hand to crank on our hip. We're just gently following the stretch. We're going to hold for 3 big deep breaths. And then we're going to switch, hand to the other hip, and follow that with your chest and shoulders. Again, not using that hand to crank, just going through the natural range of motion you have. Big deep breaths. with each breath out, you can sink into this stretch a little bit more. We're going to come back to neutral, and we're going to do each side one more time. So hand to that right hip, shoulders turn to follow. 3 big deep breaths, stretching into that each time a little more. Okay? And then switch hands last time. Good job. That was our 3. The next stretch we're going to do is going to be a modified cat-cow. So you can do this on a desk or a table, a chair. I'm going to be using the bed just because that's what I have available to me in this room. I'm going to bring my hands down to whatever object I'm supporting myself on. And I'm going to start by taking a big deep breath and letting it out. And as I let it out, I'm going to round my back up, dropping my head in between my hands. Taking a breath in, dropping my stomach and lifting my head. You can have a bend in your knees, that way you're not getting so much of a stretch down the back of the legs. Big breath out, rounding the back, head coming down. Breath in, moving into cow, dropping the tummy, lifting the head. Breath out, and we're going to drop the head and lift the back. And we're going to go through this 3 more times. So lift the head and drop the stomach. Drop the head and lift the back. 2 more times, just really moving through the mobility that you have. All right, and then we're just gonna slowly come up, back to standing. It's a good one just to get some motion through your spine. The next one we're gonna do is for our hips. So I think we've done this one with Justin. We're gonna grab one foot. You can use an object to support you. We're really squeezing through that hip, pushing it forward so that we get a nice flat hip and nice stretch down the front of the leg. I hope you guys like my fuzzy socks. Nice stretch through the front of that hip. Again, we're holding for those 5 big deep breaths or about 30 seconds. And then we're gonna switch sides. Grab the other foot. Again, squeeze through that front of the hip, pushing it forward. Really letting yourself feel the stretch down the front of the leg. Five big deep breaths. Allow yourself to feel the stretch and become one with it. Again, we don't want any pain or discomfort, but we do want to feel that stretch. Okay? And then we're going to do each side one more time. So we're back to that first side again, pushing through the hips. Really feeling a stretch down the front. You might feel it a little less this time. We've already stretched out once. So we're just going to be doing it a second time. Okay, and then switching sides. Really getting that hip forward so we get the nice stretch down the front of the leg. Pulling that foot into us. Feeling a stretch. Again, it might be a little less than last time. We're warming up a little bit. Okay. And we're going to come back to our forward fold. Just one more time. We're going to reach up to the sky. Fold forward, hinging at the hips, keeping that back nice and flat. Maybe this time we keep the legs a little straighter, feeling the stretch down the back of the legs. Then we're going to reach back up Getting a nice stretch through the body. All right, good job, everybody. I hope you like the stretches. Thank you for coming and doing them with me.